I went to an antique shop with one of my friends' mom. She's my, like, adopted mom, I guess. But I asked, my friend passed away in 2019, and this is her mom we're going to the antique shop with. And I asked Kristen to, my friend that passed, to show me a frog. And I saw a couple frogs when we went in, and it just didn't feel like the frog. You know what I mean? And then I came across this book, and it's the Blue Day book. And the front of it is this frog. And it was affordable. It's like $2.50. And I'm like, cool. That's crazy. And she sends a lot of messages to Cassandra, or Cassandra. I don't ever know how to pronounce your name, and I apologize. And she sends her numbers 4 and 7. And so she asked me later that day to look at the page 4. And let me back up a little bit. So about a month prior to this, I had a dream. And I was talking to somebody. It was really emotional, and it was a friend, like a friend feeling. I couldn't see the person I was talking to in the dream, and I was just talking with them about how lonely I am and how I just feel so lonely, like, without them. And page 4 is lonely. Shit you not, that gave me the chills so bad. Like, now I think I know who was talking to me in my dream. But it's a really cool book, and I'd like to share it with you. Everybody has blue days. And the fact that it's an animal book, like, she knows me well. These are miserable I can't read today. Miserable days when you feel lousy, grumpy. Days when you feel small and insignificant. When everything seems just out of reach. And 4 and 7s for Kristen, the numbers. This is page 7. I'm 5 feet. Everything's always out of reach. When you can't rise to the occasion, just getting started seems impossible. On blue days, you can become paranoid that everyone is out to get you. This is not always such a bad thing. And you feel frustrated and anxious. Which can induce a nail-biting frenzy that can escalate into a triple chocolate mud cake eating frenzy in the blink of an eye. Alan! On blue days, you feel like you're floating in an ocean of sadness. You're about to burst into tears at any moment, and you don't even know why. Girl, you PMSing. I'm just kidding. It's not always PMS. Oh my God, sometimes it was, and good Lord. Ultimately, you feel like you're wandering through life without a purpose. You're not sure how much longer you can hang on. And you feel like shouting, "Will someone please shoot me?" It doesn't take much to bring on a blue day. And I don't know how many times I've said that. Would someone just shoot me? Put on a little weight, or get a huge pimple on your nose. right in the middle of your forehead. Oops, I forgot to show you the page. Cute baby, so wrinkly little baby. Put on a little weight or get a huge pimple on your nose. You could forget your date's name or have an embarrassing photograph published. How embarrassing. You might get dumped, divorced, or fired. Make a fool of yourself in public. Be afflicted with a demeaning nickname, like Porky. Or just have a plain old bad hair day. Maybe work is a pain in the butt. You're under major pressure to fill someone else's shoes. We can all feel that, eh? Your boss is picking on you, and everyone in the office is driving you crazy. You might have a splitting headache or a slip disc. Chronic gas, or dry lips. Or a nasty ingrown toenail. Whatever the reason, you're convinced that someone up there doesn't like you. Oh, what to do, what to do. Well, if you're like most people, you'll hide behind a flimsy belief that everything will sort itself out. Then you'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, waiting for everything to go wrong all over again. All the while becoming a crusty and cynical that one no. Or even worse, become addicted to Billy Joel songs. This is crazy because you're only young once. And you're never old twice. Who knows what fantastic things are in store just around the corner. After all, the world is full of amazing discoveries. Things you can't even imagine now. What's in there? There are delicious happy sniffs and scrumptious snacks to share. Hey, you might even end up fabulously rich, or even become a huge superstar one day. Fabulously rich in carrots. Abundance is in many forms. Sounds good, doesn't it? But wait, there's more. There are handstands, games to play, and yoga and karaoke, which, mind you, these are all things that I like doing. She just knows me really well. And wild, crazy bohemian dancing. And best of all, there's romance. Which means long, dreamy stares, whispering sweet nothings. See, this is where I was like, what? Where's this book going? Look at the cows. cuddles and smooches. Look at the smooches. Look at the puppies. More smooches and even more smooches. Oh, jeez. A frisky love bite or two. And then, well, anything goes. Like, what? It's not expecting that in the book. And when I first got it, like, picked it up, I didn't even read through it. And I'm like, this is the message, right? And I'm like, this is just a kid's... This ain't no kid's book. So how can you find that blissful, just sliding into a hot bubble bath kind of feeling? It's easy. Try seeing things from a different perspective. And maybe you're actually the one at fault. If that's the case, be big enough to say that you're sorry. And it's never too late to do this. I'm struggling. I'm so sorry. I just wanted that tucked back in there. So it's a sloth hanging upside down. Lighting's kind of awful. If someone else is doing the wrong thing, stand up tall and say, that's not right, and I won't stand for it. It's okay to be forceful. It's rarely okay to blow raspberries. Be proud of who you are, but don't lose the ability to laugh at yourself. Because remember, mistakes are freaking okay. This is a lot easier when you associate with positive people. Live every day as if it were your last, because one day it will be. Run! Don't be afraid to bite off more than you can chew, and take big risks. Face your fears. You can do it. You never know what you could find. A nice place to take a little nap. Never hang back and get out there and go for it. After all, isn't that what life is all about? I think so too. Anyway. It's a beautiful reminder of how, like, they're watching over you. I know how hard it is sometimes. And this was like a beautiful message of, like, when I'm feeling down, reading this book, I could just think about her and know that the point she's trying to get across is the point is to love life and live it. And don't live in fear and sadness. Anyways, just wanted to share that with you because I think it's intense and it's really cool, and people don't talk about the spiritual things that happen to them enough, and so I wanted to share it with you guys. All right, have a beautiful day.